Welcome to Cut the COVID Crap Part 65, the Australian vaccination rate figures and the California bill AB2098. So, since this video, I'm gonna do the short version on the YouTube videos, and on Substack you'll find the long unfiltered versions. So on YouTube I'll behave according to their guidelines. But if you want to hear what I really have to say, go to Substack. Um, in the link below you'll find it. And I don't want to make money out of this, but in Substack, I recommend you to. I think you have to put your email address in to be able to see anything in Substack, um, and you can subscribe to my my Substack basically. Um, I think it's pretty. There's no password needed or nothing. It's just an email address. I think it's fine. And again, I don't make money out of this. This is just their way of operating. And Substack seems to be very popular, and I want to stay away from YouTube as much as possible. But then again, this video is about in YouTube. I'll have different content. Anyway, so in short, California Bill AB 2098 is about silencing doctors that over COVID matters. Basically, if they have distribute misinformation or disinformation, um, then they can get punished. And in their definition in that bill, it says misinformation means false information that is contradicted by contemporary scientific consensus contrary to the standard of care. So the consensus, what is the consensus? Actually, Igor Chudov on Substack as well made a link below, a good newsletter about it. So what's the consensus? Well, I don't know. Do you? Does anyone? Um, in Denmark, nobody under 50 can get vaccinated anymore unless they have like some very exceptional circumstances. In Florida, no males under 40, no males and females under 18. So what is the consensus? Doesn't exist. So I don't know what they want to do with that bill, but it's I hope the California doctors realize this and they just um, speak their what they think is right. I don't think it violates this bill. And on what's the consensus of the people? Look at the COVID vaccination rates. Um, I find Australia a good example because Australia was highly at first when the vaccination became available. The Australian vaccination rates were very low because the borders were closed anyway, and it was not very prevalent, especially in Western Australia. Um, at some point, they started coercing people in terms of no jab, no job kind of thing. Um, and restrictions for restaurants and stuff like that. And then the vaccination rates shot up literally. So I follow every week the vaccination rates. Strangely enough, in the last week, the vaccination rates have gone down, which is theoretically impossible unless there's more people dying than getting vaccinated or something. Anyway, doesn't matter. Um, Somehow the figures were adjusted, but I put them in a link below as well. I'll compare for this talk the figures comparing the 4th of August with 13th of October, so just over 2 months. In the 0+ category, so across the whole population, it was 87.2% was vaccinated for the first time, 86.5% of the population now. or yesterday at least. So that percentage has gone down. Strange, but anyway, roughly 86, 87%. Second vaccination, 84.6 versus 84.2%. So that's 2.3% lower currently. So 2.3% of the population decided to get a first vaccination, but the second they didn't. Why? I'll talk about it in the substack version. You draw your own conclusions for now. Third vaccination was 54.9% 3 months ago, 2 months ago, and now it's 55.4%, so increased slightly. And the fourth vaccination, 16.1%, now 19.1%. That has grown quickly for the 16 plus category only. Went from 97.8% to 97.2% for the first vaccination. Second vaccination, 96.1% to 95.8%. So again, 1.4% of the population didn't get a second booster. Why? Anyway, third one went from 68.4% to 69.1%, and the fourth one went from 20% to 23.8%. So despite roughly 97 to 95% of the people getting their first or second vaccination, only 23.8% of the population have had their fourth vaccination, and that figure has gone up by 3.8% in the last 2 months. So the minority of the people wants to get boosted. So what's the consensus? I'll talk about it more in the Substack, link below, of course, version. So yeah, I think I'll leave it at this for the YouTube version. See you next time, or see you at Substack, hopefully. Bye bye.